What is up, everyone? It's Blind Goofball back with Naterrulz over here. And we are finally here. We have made it after months of waiting and work. We finally reached update 4.0 release date.
Wait, we're serious this time.
Yes, it's finally here.
It's not a fake.
No.
We're not waiting a couple more weeks.
Heck no.
Yes! Yes, yes, yes! 4.0, finally!
Now this update is absolutely massive, guys. The changelog is really extensive. It's got over 30 changes.
This is the biggest update we've released in our memory that I can think of.
It is the biggest update, and this is so awesome, guys. We have a lot to cover today, so make sure to be ready because we're gonna be going.
Alright, so the first thing I want to mention is in our live stream a couple weeks ago, we mentioned we're rewriting the campaign. We planned to release it at 4.0, but we decided to put that off temporarily. It is still coming, probably in the next update. We're trying our hardest here, but in its place, we put something in that Blindgoofbal and I both think is a lot cooler and it's going to be a lot more fun for y'all to play with while we wait on this campaign to be finished.
I've already been messing around with it, so I think we're going to start by getting straight into Horde mode here. I do have my speech on, just so you guys are aware.
Horde mode.
Let's get into Horde mode.
Game setup. Game mode. Standard.
So here we are in a new interface. This is the new Horde mode interface.
Standard.
It has changed, and we've got new options here. We got game mode, standard,
hardcore, standard.
It's left and right arrows to change that now, by the way.
Pretty simple.
And then we go down.
Grid size.
Grid size.
Grid size.
This is what we've been promising. We told you about it in the live stream a couple weeks ago. If you haven't seen that, go watch it. But we have changed the grid size for Horde mode. You can go anywhere from an 8x8
Let's see how high this
16
goes.
by 16.
16.
There you go. Grid size is 16. That means you're going to have a 16 by 16 grid. You use left and right arrows again.
15, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8.
So let's start off with like
9,
a 10 by
10,
10 or something, because I
10.
want to go plain old Horde mode. Now you might be asking. Now you might be asking yourself, how do you balance out the money? How much money are you getting? Because it's a bigger board, harder to defend. Well, Blindgoofbal, what did we do with this?
So the way this works is whenever you add another tile, so you've got this 8 by 8, and that gives you 10 gold.
9.
9 by 9 gives you 11 gold.
10.
10 by 10 gives you 12 gold, and so on. Every time you add another tile, you get another gold. So you do get a little bit more coverage here.
So it is pretty simplistic, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun. So, without further ado, let's finally dive into the new 4.0 Horde mode.
Preparation phase.
Oh yeah. And here we
5,
have
4,
10 by 10 grid.
2, 3, 6, 8, 9, 10, 10 planes.
Man, that is so weird hearing 10 by 10.
And we are not
10, 9,
faking
8,
this. You
7,
can open
6,
up
5
your
planes.
Wave of the Undead right now
5, 4,
and check
3,
this
2,
thing
1,
out in the
5
4.0
planes.
update. It's here. We're not kidding anymore. And with the 10 by 10, we have 12 gold, which lets us get 4 cannons. So I'm going to go ahead and drop a couple.
2, 3, 2, 5, 8, 3, 4,
go
5,
for
6,
the
7,
other
8,
two.
9,
Actually,
10,
that would do as
5
well.
planes.
So I'm also going to grab
Armory,
a weapon.
dagger, sword, cross mace,
Weapons are
battle mace,
still weapons. Oh yeah, we did update the crossbow. I do want to mention the crossbow now guarantees your piercing effect thing where it hits a zombie behind it.
Yes, we did decide to make that a little bit better because I think we nerfed it too much last time.
Nobody used it anymore.
So we are using it again. So
Armory,
actually, you know
sword,
what? Just
crossbow.
because we're crossbowing all the way here,
Let's
we're going
do
to
it.
see how far I can go.
Starting wave 1.
So let's start off with
Battle
wave
phase.
1.
10,
Alright,
10,
man,
10,
this
10,
is so
9, 1
trippy.
planes.
There's a
Zombie with 2
zombie
health.
on 9 instead of 8. This
8,
is
7, 6,
incredible,
5,
being
4,
able to play
3,
with such
1
a bigger
planes.
board.
Move to 7.
So I'm going to go ahead and just move around
4.
here and have a lot of fun. Now, we did add a new zombie
Zombie with
hitting
2 health. 8, 2,
interface,
1 of 1.
and we're going to explain the bindings and everything briefly in just a minute, but first, let's just go ahead and play around a little.
Battle
That
log.
was the
The zombie
wrong
at 8.
button.
That
No
was the
zombies in
wrong
range.
Like I
Move to
mentioned,
9.
I'm a
Zombie
little
with 2 health at
rusty
9.
on
2,
this.
1 of 1. The zombie at 9.
I
2 has been killed.
haven't played it
Obtained
in a
1 gold.
little
8,
bit because
8,
I've been
5
focusing on
planes.
other stuff. But
Move to
I
starting
promise
point.
you, I'm still Naterrulz, and I still know how to play this game. It's just gonna take me a minute to remember how.
He doesn't know how to play the
Starting
game
wave 2.
anymore.
Battle
The new
phase.
controller
Move to
bindings
4.
are a little
Move to
bit
4. 3.
take a
Battle
little
log.
bit to get
Zombie
used
at
to.
4.
I
1
will
move to 4.
admit.
Zombie with 3
But
ended.
I
Battle
promise you,
log. Zombie
it
at
is
2.
well
Move to
worth
3.
it.
No zombies in
It's so
range.
much
Move to
easier
3.
to play
4.
the game
Battle. Move
now.
to 2. 4. Zombie with 3 health. 2. 2. 1 of 1.
Heck
The zombie
yeah.
with 2.
It
2
feels
has
so
been
much
killed.
cleaner
Obtained 3.
too.
Alright, so let's see.
4 gold. 1.
Let's grab another
1,
cannon.
5. 2. 3.
Yeah, one more time. Okay.
Now, I do want to take a minute to just talk about those bindings for the zombie interface.
Move to starting point. You are at 5. 4.
Also, you'll notice our center point has changed because of the bigger grid. That does automatically update. It's always at 4 because we want you to Y4 because we want you to be able to get up quick enough.
Yes.
But the left-right X coordinate does change depending on the grid size.
So now let's talk about the bindings, because I'm a controller player, he is a computer player, so there are some different bindings. We're going to briefly mention that, but if we're not clear enough, go into the help menu. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. All the bindings are there. They clearly say what's happening. We completely rewrote the help menu to make it easier for you.
Yes.
So let's go really quickly, like 5 seconds.
So I do want to mention on a controller using D-pad left and right is now how you switch defenses.
Scattershot. Mortar. Scattershot. Cannon.
Like that.
Sniper tower.
Yep. You can also use the left and right bumpers now to rotate
Facing right.
in
Facing.
events.
Facing.
Another fun feature that we will mess around with at
Facing
some
up.
point. We've messed around with this on stream, and it was awesome. I'm excited to see what you guys come up with.
Oh yes, we want to see some of this happening.
Oh yeah.
Any other features you mentioned in here?
The X is still armory and all, Y is still start wave, but let's get
Starting
into
wave
the
3.
wave here.
Battle phase.
Now, let's see if I can
All
find
zombie with
something.
3 health at 6. Zombie with 3 health at 8. Zombie with 3 health at 10. Zombie with
Now, I
move to
crossed
6.
those
Move to 6.
range makes this harder, but now I can use tab on a keyboard,
Zombie with 3 health at 7. 2. 1 of 1.
Or
and that highlights the zombie to hit, or you can use
Zombie
the
with 3 health
bumpers
at 7.
on a
2.
controller.
1. Zombie with
to
3 health at
cycle.
7.
Dude,
2. 1 of 1.
seriously.
I'm just making sure.
I think he likes the clicks.
It's
I
a lot
think
of
he
fun,
likes
too.
it. But then you hit space or Y on a controller
Zombie at 7.
to attack the zombie.
6. 2. No zombies in. Move to 7.
Effect of some sort. Check the other
Battle log.
There was no one behind.
Zombie with 1 health at 8.
Okay,
3.
this should
1
get
of
you
2.
the Pearson that we were
Zombie with 1
wanting
health
to
at 9.
mention
3.
earlier.
2 of
That
2.
should get a
Zombie with 1
double
health at
kill
8.
straight
Your weapon
out.
is still recharging.
Oh, you're
You are
recharging. Dag, nat.
Battle log. Wave complete.
Well,
Preparate 7
we're
gold.
trying,
Move to
guys.
We didn't get to show that off. Oh well.
So it's time to mention the next cool thing that we have added.
Traps.
And
is-
everyone's been looking forward to this one. We got
There is not defense on
traps.
the square.
They're
Landmine.
here.
Rolling logs.
So we have
You
the
hit
new
up
traps.
on the D-pad on a controller or the back
Defenses,
quote key
traps,
on a
defenses,
keyboard,
traps,
and it
hitball.
switches between them.
Yep.
And then you've got 4 traps, and they're awesome.
So the
Seven,
first one I'm
seven,
going to mention
eight,
here,
eight,
we're going to
three,
go through these
lanes.
piece by piece. I'll try and be somewhat quick because if you've already seen the live stream, you'll have seen these work. But we have the Pitfall, which is 2 gold and deals 1 damage and stuns all the zombies on its square for a turn. So to help to make sure that y'all
2
can
lanes.
clearly see, I'm going to put
9, 10,
a couple
2,
of these
lanes, 9,
up towards
10,
the top,
2, 9, 8,
just so
2,
y'all can
lanes.
see what the effect is going to be.
Starting wave 4.
That
Hopefully-
lovely
Battle phase.
placement sound is
9,
great.
10,
good,
10,
we have a
1,
zombie who's
lane,
gonna
10,
get hit by
9,
one, so you'll be able to
lanes.
notice
Hitball.
how this
Move to
works.
4, move to 4, 3. Battle log.
Okay,
Zombie
so
at
the
3.
Pitfall's
1 move
a
to 2, 5,
Pitfall,
6,
so
7, 8,
10,
9, 10, 10, 2.
This
lanes.
guy,
Zombie
we
with
can
3
watch
health.
him, he's not going to move.
Zombie with 4 health at 4.
So
2,
I'm gonna
1
hit
of 1.
this guy,
Move to 4.
run away.
Battle log. The zombie
Here
at
we
2.
go on the battle
The zombie
log.
at 10. 2 was unable to move.
He's not moving anywhere. He's stuck. Now he's gonna move again this turn. But if you put
Move
that in
to
range of,
5.
say, a couple big
Battle
guns,
log.
like a
The zombie at 2.
catapult or
2
a
move to
mortar,
3.
yeah,
Move to
you're
6.
gonna do some extra
Zombie with 1
damage.
health at 6.
It
3.
is
1 of 1.
amazing
The zombie at
how
6.
well these
3 has been
things
killed.
work.
6.
So
6,
pitfalls,
3.
if
There
used
is not defense on
right,
the square.
are
Landmine.
really good.
So the next one is a classic. We all know it. We love it. What's
The
it called?
landmine!
Rolling
We
logs.
love this thing.
Landmine.
Has
7,
not
3
changed
lanes.
a bit.
6,
Nope.
5, 3.
Well,
4,
actually, it
3
has,
lanes. 5, 3 lanes.
When it
6,
hits
3
multiple
lanes.
zombies, it does a random amount of damage to each zombie instead of the same amount of damage to all of them. But that's the only really landmine change. And it's
Also,
probably not going to be noticeable.
Also, I'm getting a note for y'all. Sometimes on the controller, you have to double click to place defenses / traps. I have noticed that since starting playing. And Blind Goofball, he might have added it, might not have. Honestly, I don't know. So I'm just gonna figure and mention that to y'all. So if you do see that,
That
just
is a
know
bug.
it is a bug. We are working on it.
Yeah. I don't know what the case
Move
is.
to starting point.
But it's there.
We are trying here though. So we've seen landmines.
Starting
I
wave
have
5.
no more money, so we need
Battle
to kill
phase.
zombies to get more money.
Move to 5, 3. Zombie with 4 health at 5. 1 of
I
1.
Phew.
wanna wait. I wanna
Turn
wait.
ended. Battle log. The zombie at 5.
See, now
1 move
I
to
have
5.
2 on
2.
the square.
Zombie with 1 health at 5. 2. Move to 5. 4.
Bye bye.
And they blow up. Oh, and a pitfall
Battle log.
triggers.
The zombie at 5. 2 move to 6. 2.
So we're
Move to 4.
absolutely
4.
dominating.
Your weapon is turn ended.
I'm still recharging,
Battle log.
unfortunately.
The zombie at 6.
So
2 move to 6.
I have to
3.
wait.
Move to 5. 4. Zombie with 1 health at 6.
This
3.
guy.
1 of 1. The zombie at 6. 3 has been killed.
So
5,
now we have
5,
9
5,
gold.
3.
I want
lanes.
to show off this next
Rolling
one.
logs.
Yes,
The
definitely.
rolling logs. This is a new trap that it's more than one square.
4. 3 lanes.
Yeah.
Not only that,
Traps haven't been able to do that before, but guess what? They can now.
Move to 1. 3
and also
There's
we
also
made this
more
game
mechanics.
complicated because of it.
Yes, we did. So
It's
these
being
are 3
last.
gold, and it deals 3 damage to the zombies on its square and the 2 squares in front of it. I think I'm just gonna drop a couple on its edge here, just to hopefully.
2.
You know,
4. 3
let's go the
lanes.
middle.
Yeah.
That's where we don't
5.
have
Traps
to
at 6.
defense.
3 lanes.
Oh,
5. 3 lanes.
Never mind,
Let
just
6.
leave it.
I'll just leave that. So there we go. We have rolling logs. Now, if I hover over a rolling log, you'll hear it in speech and see it in
8. 7.
text.
3 lanes. Rolling logs. Disabled.
It is disabled.
Yes.
Now, traps, some traps, this one and the next one, can be toggled. You can choose to activate them manually in the preparation phase or in the battle phase. To do that, you can hit the T key,
Enabled.
and it enables
Disabled.
it or disables it. Or on a controller,
7,
you can
3
only toggle
lanes.
them in
Rolling
the
logs.
battle
Disabled.
phase with the X button, because X in the preparation phase is armory.
So
However,
that's
it
pretty
is totally doable, and I think I should do some rolling log fun now.
Starting wave 6.
It's gonna be
Battle
fun.
phase.
There we go.
8,
Two guys
7,
in
1,
their path.
planes.
Run them over.
7,
Which
7,
one?
1, planes. Zombie with 5,
Yep.
7, 3,
So,
planes. Rolling logs.
This rolling logs is here. All I have to do is move my cursor to it, hit T.
Enable. The rolling logs at
And it
7. 3 knocked down 2
activated,
zombies.
so I'm
7,
gonna move up here
1,
and you can see
planes.
both
Zombie with 2
zombies
health.
have 2
Zombie with
health.
2 health.
They just got pounded.
No zombies in range.
And I'm gonna
You are at
run
5. Move to 6.
over here.
Zombie with 2 health at 6.
Pick
2,
him off.
1 of 1. Zombie at 6.
Bam!
Turn ended.
And the pitfall's gonna
Battle
take
log.
him down.
No
So you
zombies
might
in range.
notice
No
the
zombies in
piercing didn't work. That's because the other zombie was outside
Alt.
its
Zombie
range,
with 4
so
health
that
at 9.
hasn't
2.
changed at all.
Zombie with 2 health at 7. Zombie.
I'm gonna
Move to 7. No zombies in range. Move. No zombies in range. Turn ended.
Here, zombies.
Battle log.
They're being
Zombie with 2 health at
exploded.
8. 3, 1 of 1.
Good.
Zombie at 8.
Uh-huh.
Turn ended. Battle.
They're gonna.
No zombies in range. Move to
Oh,
7.
he's on your rolling log. You're gonna use it or
7,
something?
4, planes.
I should
7,
use
6,
that.
5.
I mean, come on,
3.
man.
This trap cannot be adjusted. 4. Enable.
Right there.
That one.
Nicely
The rolling
done.
logs.
And that's
Preparation
battle
phase.
over.
8 gold.
So
Move to
here
Now-
comes the final trap, our favorite
Anger.
one, and the one that we both think is either going to break the game or make it the best thing ever.
Oh, it broke it. I've already played around with it enough to know it's the flame barrel. It's the flame barrel and it breaks the game. That's what I can say. Now, this is a 5 gold trap. What the heck?
4, 4,
It's
Now,
expensive.
It hits all the zombies, though,
4,
on
2,
its
planes.
row, dealing 2 damage.
4,
Now,
5, 1.
I'm gonna place one up
Traps cannot
here.
be placed on the top row.
No, I'm not gonna place one up here because we thought that ahead of time. And you cannot place traps on the top row.
It's true. So we do have to be careful with that. So now, with this 5 gold flame barrel, let's drop down to like level 2 or
5,
so.
2,
Put
planes.
it like right here. Now I could put it anywhere on the row. I could put it 1-2. I could put it at 10-2. I could put it 16-2 if the group's that big. And it would hit all the zombies on the row no matter what. This one can also
Not
be
8, 7,
enabled.
6, 5, 2,
And I
planes.
think we should
Flame
just
barrel.
use it. Right?
No, wait, let's see. Because if one zombie moves forward, it's going to be really embarrassing for you.
Well, yeah.
Enable.
But you can, if you do have this on before the battle phase even starts, as soon as a zombie enters its range, it goes
Disabled.
off.
It's gonna
So it is a
You are at
risky
5.
thing to do. I like to just leave
Move
it
to starting point.
off until I want to activate it.
Starting wave 7.
So
Battle
here we
phase.
go.
Move to 5. No zombies in range.
I'm just
Turn
gonna
ended.
wait.
Battle log.
Wait a second.
5,
Okay, so there's 4
planes.
zombies on it. Knock them out.
So I'm gonna activate this flame barrel with T.
Enable.
Oh yeah.
The flame barrel at 5. 2 incinerated 4 zombies.
And it tells me that it incinerated 4 zombies. Great verbiage there.
No zombies in range.
And I don't know which way do I want to
I
go.
want to go
Move
left
3,
and then
3.
attack.
Battle log.
Candidate,
Zombie with 1 health at 1. The zombie at 1.
pick him up
Three.
and run away.
Battle log.
Thank
My
you,
weapon
attack.
has to recharge.
No zombies in range. Move to 5. No zombies in range.
Left and
Come on,
left.
buddy.
Zombie with zombie at 1.
There
Yeah,
we go.
you
Preparation
got
phase. 13
Alright,
gold.
so that's all
Move
the
to starting.
traps. So that's pretty simple. So we're going to take a second. We'll be right back. We're going to show you the next cool feature of this game, which is the sniper tower revamping.
But we do have to be a little further in the game, or you know what? No,
Game menu.
we're not going to go
Return to
further in the
disable.
game. We're going to
Main
switch
menu.
out of our
Game
horde
set.
mode, go to a 16 by 16 grid, because we get 18
Preparation
gold in a 16 by 16 grid. And you know what 18 gold's enough for?
Sniper tower.
A sniper tower.
2, 3, 6.
So where do we put it, though? It's such a big grid.
6, 8. Planes.
Let's go right in the middle and hope something comes down.
Arm sword.
No, no.
Grab a bow,
Ready.
just in
Pick
case
off
we have to
edges.
pick
Starting
anything
wave 1.
off.
Battle. Zombie
Hey,
with 2
look,
health at
actually, I
10.
have one that might
Zombie
hit
with 2
it.
health at 6.
Now, I want to mention how this
6,
sniper
not
works
6,
real quick.
8. Planes. Sniper
It's
tower
at
with 2 health.
6,
Facing
8.
up.
It's going to hit 6,
6,
7
6, 6, 6,
through
3.
6, 3. So straight up 5 tiles like it used to. But also,
6, 6, 6.
from-
Planes.
so it hits the 2 tiles in front of it, and then a 3
6,
by 3
5,
box
planes.
in front of it. So it does hit those
6,
3
3,
other tiles,
planes.
but then it also hits
5, 3.
5, 3 to 5, 5,
6, 7,
and
5.
6, 3
Planes.
to, or 7, 3 to 7, 5 as well. So
It's
it can
amazing.
do a little bit of extra coverage on those rows. So it gives this zombie
6,
over
6,
here at
6,
6
1. Planes.
A lot
Zombie
of
with 2
a
health.
lot of
Move
problems
10,
because
4.
he's got to
Battle
be
log.
careful.
Zombie at 10. 1 move to 9. 2. Zombie with 2 health at 9.
And
2.
there it goes.
So let's see. It fired at 6-3, so it was a pretty.
It was a
Wait,
straight
wait.
shot.
It didn't really get to show
Preparation
off
phase.
how cool it was.
No.
Move to
That's
starting
alright,
point. Starting
though.
wave 2.
Let's see if we can get another
Battle
one.
phase.
Hey, we did
Move,
actually.
move to 10. 4.
So I have
Move
some.
to 12. 4.
Let's
Battle
see.
Line
log.
up over
Zombie
on
at
the
6.
He
2
went to
5, 3.
5-3, and the sniper hit 5-3. So, y'all see, he fired to the left.
It is awesome. Now,
Move to
if
15.
you have it set up
Zombie with 3
just
health at
right,
15. 3.
you
1
can
1.
actually
Battle log.
deal
Zombie
up
at
to
15.
12
3 move to
damage
15.
just
4.
with 3
The zombie at
snipers
15.
hitting it.
4 has been killed.
It's
A zombie.
amazing. I
8
love
3 gold.
doing that.
Wave complete.
I've done it
Preparation phase.
plenty of times. Now, that doesn't even count the mortars, catapults, scatter shots, cannons you could have firing at them, landmines you could have blowing up on them.
Oh yeah.
You can get crazy damage on these zombies now.
And I will say this: if you are struggling with progressing in horde mode, this might be the section. We have run some tests, and I think our record right now is like wave 86 or so.
I'm on wave 86 on a 12 by 12 grid is what I'm doing right now.
Yeah. So, and we're
It's
not, and
ridiculous.
he's not dead yet. He's
No.
he's good.
I'm
but I bet
untouched.
y'all that you can make it really, really far in this game if you play horde mode now. And let us know Go down in the comments and tell us how far you get in this, because we want to see how far you get and see if we make changes.
Oh, yeah.
And did we forget to mention, this is the start of the revamped Horde mode. We're not done yet. We've got some more projects on the way. We're working on them right now. It's going to be absolutely insane how we change this game to make it more fun.
Oh, yeah. Horde mode is going to be ridiculously fun after this. We've got plans for it, and we've also got plans for more coming in with the Undead. This is just the beginning of craziness.
This is the beginning of a new year for us, new wave of the Undead, and it's going to be a blast. We're going to have tons of updates. We're trying to release more often than ever. It's going to be a blast, and y'all are going to love to see what we have. So we're going to
cover a couple more things. I do want to mention settings menu has been updated a little bit. We got music volume and ambience volume as sliders in here now, so I can crank the music way up.
Please don't.
It's 1, 0, 1.
Let's put that on 1.
Ambience volume 5.
Ambience volume for the campaign ambiences.
Autosave. Confirmation
A lot
file.
of
Display
these are
battle log.
similar.
Play defense. Randomized audio perspective. Randomized
Pitch of defense sounds is a new one. You may have noticed my defense is firing, their pitches being different.
Yes.
That is a new feature that just gives a little variation. I love it.
Audio perspective.
I want to
No,
thank
it's the
Super
variety.
Freck for that suggestion. It was really good.
Yeah, that
Center
was
board.
really good.
And then we have the audio perspective. Now this is another left-right arrow selector now.
Player position. Play all sounds at the center. Center
And
of
we
board.
have removed cursor position from that. But that is the new settings menu. I do
Game
want to show
check.
one more
Return.
thing.
No.
We're going to close out of here
Main menu. Board
and
book
go
settings.
into our new health menu.
Overview.
So this help menu is a brand new one because we heard a lot of feedback that the game was hard to understand and the help menu didn't do a whole lot. And we do apologize for that, but we heard you. And we have brought in a brand new Wave of the Undead help menu that clearly explains each and every single thing. I personally wrote most of this so that y'all could understand better. And we will be releasing some videos later on explaining other parts of the game in case you're struggling. So I'm not going to go into all the different ones, but I'm going to go into some highlights such as defenses.
These are the found. There are 5
Explain, each of these explains
This is a
how
basic defense with 2
defenses
health.
work,
This defense is cost
how
3
much
gold.
it
It has a range
costs,
of 2,000
its
plus 2
range
damage
and
per hit.
damage.
This
And
is the
then
simplest
we
defense and is
also
best used in the early
put
stages
an
of the game.
extra thing in here saying like what one of the best uses is or what we think is a good way to use the defense.
This is really to help you guys get started with the game. You'll come up with your own strategies, but if you want to just get started, I recommend looking at defenses, traps, and weapons. I recommend looking at phases. I recommend reading it all, honestly.
This is a bit bright.
The
This is best quality. This has a 2 tile
biggest
dead zone.
ways
Makes the next
we
3
say
tiles,
use
dealing massive
defense
damage.
and traps.
Health.
That is
Gameplay
what I
defense
think
traps.
is the most helpful out of this.
So you will note one
learn
thing
some
though.
strategy.
Weapons.
In the
Weapons are
weapons
amazing tools that you can use to fight zombies.
There
There
are
are
8
weapons that can
total
be unlocked.
weapons.
This will cover the 6
This
basic
only
weapons.
covers the 6 basic ones. So the Diamond Frying Pan and Solar Staff are not in this weapons menu. We decided we didn't want to add those yet, but we may add them later if we hear that y'all are wanting that. But right now, this just covers the
It still has a range
basics
of
of
sword.
what you
The sword is a
want.
powerful melee
So
weapon. It only
this
deals
is
sword.
like we
It's still
have
power.
the
The bow has a huge
bow,
health when fighting in
which
forest or against lots. It
good
has a crossbow.
against-
It has a
it
3 tile range and bow. The
good
bow has a huge
against
health when fighting in forest or against lots of smaller zombies.
zombies.
It has a
We
cross. It has a cross.
have
However,
down
mace.
here the
This is a great
mace,
weapon when
which is
fighting really big
great
zombies.
when fighting big zombies.
It has additional battle axe.
We've got the battle axe,
What makes this
which is
weapon
great
an important thing to note is that it can only be used once per turn, so best to use this when fighting lots of low health zombies to take them all out at once.
Everything
Overview.
about this
Game
game.
mode.
We're
Gameplay
just
phases.
trying to give you a lot of information about how you
Defenses,
can
traps,
utilize
terrain.
all the tools at your disposal because this game has expanded so much. The old help menu kind of dropped behind, so we've given you a lot of information here. The strategy tips section isn't there anymore, but it shouldn't really be necessary with all the information we've given you.
But
There's
if you do want
quite a
that,
lot.
we can add an updated one, but that's only
Yes.
if y'all
Key
want
bindings,
that. So
global
down
key
here
bindings,
section we mentioned earlier, the key bindings, the global key bindings.
The following is a list of key bindings.
We've
Game mode,
got
gameplay,
the
defense, traps,
key
weapon
bindings
terrain,
for the preparation phase, the battle phase,
controller
and
bindings.
then we have the controller bindings.
Those I managed to cram into one topic.
Controller
Yes.
bindings. Wave of the Undead
Yeah,
allows you to
so
play with the game
we
controller.
did want to note,
Overview.
we have put in some new controller bindings and key bindings. We mentioned that a little bit. So check those out. It'll help you out a lot. And I promise
Main
you,
menu.
it's
Campaign.
well worth your time.
And if you're a veteran player, you probably don't need to read the rest of that, but if you want to maybe pick up a little bit of information from the developers, feel free to. But honestly, if you just want to get started with 4.0, you
Go
might
ahead.
read the key bindings if you want to. If you're playing with a keyboard, most all of it is similar. The only thing that's different is the hitting zombies.
Yeah,
But-
and it explains it pretty darn clearly. So
Yeah.
we're super excited to see this. So I think we're going to wrap up for the day, unless you have anything else you want to cover.
I did totally forget to mention, I don't know how we managed this, but the graphics are in full screen and you may have noticed some hearts and player heads and other symbols on the right side when we were playing in Horde mode. So there have been a couple graphical updates that make it look better as well, but
Yeah.
I do think that is all we got to cover for 4.0. We are so excited to have this done. Like
Definitely.
you have no idea, guys. We've made it though, and
Finally.
this is Wave of the Undead 4.0 out. You guys are able to play it. Go to nibblenerds.com. The auto updater for Wave of the Undead will not download it. It will probably crash, actually.
We do apologize
Yeah,
for that.
But there was a
it's
format
necessary.
change in distribution. You now get it as a portable zip file. So if that's what you... Because a lot of people wanted that. So that's there now. So just go to nibblenerds.com, download 4.0. Your campaign data will be carried over. All Horde mode saves, though, will not. Those are now incompatible, unfortunately.
It is unfortunate, but it's okay. Play again, but play on a bigger grid. This is something that you've never been able to do before until now. It's absolutely beast.
It's ridiculous how fun playing on a bigger grid is, and it feels so weird at first. You get used to it, but
yes,
it's great.
And don't worry, guys. We have more ideas on the way. We keep saying this, but I think we're going to wrap up here.
Yeah.
But we are on the way to some bigger stuff. So keep an eye out as well. Make sure you're subscribed to listen to new videos because we're going to be releasing stuff soon, explaining each part of pretty much the help menu, how defenses work, weapons, basically our own tutorials to explain how this game works. We're doing everything we can to make this easy, fun, and simple for y'all to understand.
Yeah, I've heard quite a lot about the learning curve, and we are going to work on that. We want to have better tutorials throughout the game as well, but we'll see if that happens, and we are going to be releasing basically an updated strategy guide. If you guys are familiar with the old Wave of the Undead strategy guide, man, that's outdated.
And we're going to do it even better this time.
Oh yeah, it's going to be hopefully one that can last for a long time as well. The game's moved so fast lately though. But I think we're going to conclude.
I'm with you. Alright guys, we'll see y'all soon. Keep an eye out for those videos.
Enjoy Wave of the Undead 4.0. Don't forget to leave us feedback. But yeah, we will see you guys in the next one.